Fast Desi leads to a win. Flopping Ryan leads to a loss. And a fake alliance pays off.
Yes, indeed. It's Survivor, episode 5 of the Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers. It's a bit of a mouthful, the title. They could have come up with a better name, I think. But it was a pretty good episode. We had the fallout from, obviously, the tribal council before. It wasn't much of a fallout, although, what's her name? Ashley, right? And Joe said to her in the tribal, "Oh yeah, I saw it in your face," and she's like, "What did you say? What did you say?" I just didn't hear you. Oh, okay, fine. But it didn't seem much of a fallout. They seem to still be okay, all okay there.
And then they had the exploding thing in the fire.
Yeah, so I was going to ask that. So Ben, the exploding bamboo, obviously, it was a pop, pop, pop. Obviously, he was a Marine, so he must have been in combat, and I don't know if you would diagnose it as PTSD, but the bangs annoyed him, troubled him quite a bit. So that made me wonder, because I started telling his story in a very cool, emotional way. Is that the beginning of a winner's edit for him? Because, of course, when they're editing this thing, it's after they've shot, so they know who's won it. So they can sort of, or is it just misdirection, or just an interesting story?
Yeah, it was an interesting side story, is to see a little bit of insight into someone.
Yeah.
Then they get right to the challenge.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool challenge. This is the reward. A sandy challenge, quite a sandy challenge. Now, I will say, the reward was it coffee,
Croissants and coffee.
Iced coffee, and a whole bunch. Yeah, and then the second people just got a jug of iced coffee. I don't like coffee. I don't like it to the point, even if I was out there, I wouldn't want to have it. So I wouldn't have cared if we won or not. Obviously, if you want to win, so your tribe is
because
happy.
It's not much of a reward, really. I mean, some pastries,
reward.
But it's all about winning, right?
Yeah,
it's all about the team and coming together as a tribe. Like, it's more than just the reward.
Exactly. So they had to go through this, push that ball through the sand.
All tied together.
Yeah. Poor Ryan was the one who didn't seem to get it to work.
He just kept going up and the hill and down the hill and up and down the hill.
Poor guy. So he lost. Now, the thing about losing a reward, though, I don't think it's going to influence any vote against you, even if you lost the next one, unless you lost the next one, because it's like 3 days later. People are going to have forgotten about that. It was only a reward, so I don't think that's at all going to hurt him.
Maybe not immediately.
No. There's something else that might hurt him. We'll talk about that.
But it's all about, you can't sit out back-to-back challenges, so you have to keep track of, okay, we don't want Ryan in when it counts. And he wasn't in when it counted.
Yeah. So the Levu, the blue team won. Yabo was second.
Yeah, because Desi got out to that huge lead. She was the one that got up and down the sand and just way out front.
So Ali, after the challenge, says, Ryan lost that, but I like him. We've been working together, talking together. I have his back. So that is good for Ryan. But again, we'll talk about that at the end, because I think Ryan messed up. I think he messed up big time. So then we had a couple of people come and sort of pairing off together. Kind of. It seemed like people pairing up. We had Devin talking with Ashley in their group, saying, hey, we should work together. Why not? And that's not a bad idea. Although they wanted to get out Desi, and I don't see why they wanted Desi out. Ali and Rourke together. I thought that would be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren was not happy with Cole and his eating habits. So again, Cole is digging a hole for himself.
And we just talked about this on the last episode, about how you can just be innocent little things but be annoying around camp. Yeah. And I said, if you belch too much, you're going to annoy people. Well, he was licking the spoons and putting everything back in, and
it annoys people. It annoys people. And Cole, like I said, is an idiot. He's just lucky they haven't gone to tribal in the last 2 episodes, because he should be gone. Okay, I love that bit with Jessica and Mike. They go off. Jessica trusts Mike because he never blabbed about her advantage. And they're at the well, and they're like, well, yeah, I think I found it around the well before, so let's start digging.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to find a clue. Just start digging. And Mike finds it. So they're thrilled. Mike says, "This is for us." Of course, he does say to the camera afterwards, it's mine, but which is true. My question there, I mean, that was good of them to do that. And maybe Jessica was standing there, on lookout. But I'm thinking, why weren't you digging too?
Yeah.
Because if you happen to grab it, you could still say it's for both of us, but it's yours. It's not her idol. It's Mike's. So.
And we talked about that last week too. Why doesn't everyone look for the idol? It's like, oh no, you're off looking for the idol. That's a horrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's right there. Dig.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep it a secret between the two of them, and because that would be good if they do. They did talk about that, how they want it should be kept a secret. So let's see.
And I liked Ryan too. They got back to camp, and he didn't do very well in the challenge. Oh, maybe I'll just open up the coconut then.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, this
My
won't end
coconut
well.
opening skills aren't very good. But no, that's good social skills there. You're making fun of yourself, and people appreciate that. So he's good around camp, but I think he's made a fatal flaw coming up. So, so then we have the big challenge, the immunity challenge.
Am I the only one, by the way? I'm sure lots of people do this too. When they start the challenge, and you're doing the editing, and I try and time it to yell, "Come on in, guys!" At the same time Jeff does.
Oh, really?
I'm sure other people.
Well,
do
no.
it too.
When the show starts, as soon as it hits 8:00, I'm like, previously on Survivor. Yeah. So they had to get the bags of rice through a big sort of fence in the water, through a little hole in the fence in the water, then climb over the fence. I'm wondering, are those bags waterproof, or is that rice absorbing all the water? Because rice kind of absorbs water, right? So they look like just burlap bags. So yeah, I'm just curious. It didn't affect the challenge in any way.
They looked like they were all dry though when they were cutting the bags
I know.
open. So.
Yeah, so that's what I don't get. Maybe they had a plastic bag inside. Then they had to, once I got through that, I had to carry the big heavy bags on a balance beam and get across.
That's where Levu caught up all their time because they were way behind, and then on the balance beam they zipped through it.
So they had balls in the bags, right? So they had to cut them open, get the balls out, and then do them on that really funky sort of puzzle thing with the balancing and not falling through the holes, which was kind of cool. It was overall a pretty good challenge. Yawo won, the red team. Levu second, the blue team, and Soko lost. They're the yellow team.
She's the one Chrissy couldn't get the puzzle part figured out in the labyrinth there.
Yeah, and she probably should have let somebody else take over. Now, if you watch it at Tribal, they're saying that to her. You should have let somebody take over. She's like, "No, I did. I kept asking you guys, and you said no, keep going." But if I remember rightly, it was kind of like, "Oh, is anybody else going to come in? Oh no, wait, I think I got it." She wasn't really giving in, so they were going. You saw people going, "Ready? Okay, you're going to take it." Yeah, if you can't do it, just say somebody else take over, and then you're safe. Yeah. So this is the bit that I didn't understand. Once I get back to camp, all the scrambling starts happening, and Chrissy thinks she's in trouble, so she goes to talk to Rourke, which is fine. But Rourke wants Chrissy out. I think they would work well together, but they ended up being against each other. And I didn't understand exactly why they were against each other. And then, so Rourke when Chrissy comes to talk to her, she's like, "Well, this is the first. Now you're on the chopping block. You come talk to me about strategy. Why did you do that before?" I don't know.
And that's when she came up with the fake alliance, the all-girls alliance.
Yeah, now that was actually a good lie. Chrissy goes and tells JP about it. Oh, Rourke's thinking about having an all-girl alliance. Oh, well, then she's got to go. So
he's easily convinced, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, I was worried about that lie because anytime you put a big lie out there, it could come back to haunt you. But it seemed to work pretty well. So, yeah, Chrissy was pretty good at scrambling and tells Ryan to vote for Rourke. But Allie wants Chrissy out. I think Allie's choice was the smarter choice. I think they should have got Chrissy out.
Yes.
But they voted out Rourke. Now, would you rather have Chrissy with you later or Rourke with you later if you're one of the other players? Because in my mind,
I think Rourke is way more trustworthy.
Way more trustworthy, yes. But even given that aside, she's also a bigger target down the road because she's strategic. Chrissy's less of a target. So having somebody that's with you or that you're kind of working with that's a bigger target kind of keeps the target off you, is what I'm thinking. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Chrissy.
No. So,
but we get to see the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody else knew about the fake girls alliance that she perpetrated. So, it's easy when you get to see everything.
Yeah. So this is where I think Ryan screwed up big time by voting for Rourke. Allie thought they were voting for Chrissy.
And that they were together.
Ryan broke that trust with her. And she's an extremely smart player.
Mm-hmm.
They're likely not going to be together in little tribes very much longer. I don't know if it will be next week or the week after, but soon it's going to be a merge. So she'll have other people to work with. And if she's not with Ryan, she's against Ryan. So I think he screwed up there. Like, if he had voted to get Chrissy out, who would that have upset?
Well,
just the others who he's not really close with?
Yeah, because he had sort of said, I'll go with Chrissy, but not tight.
Yeah. And it was, I think he made a big mistake. So he was your pick to win, right?
Yes.
I think he's done. So, yeah. The one thing I wanted to ask is, as you're watching Survivor, and in this case, I kind of liked, when you like two people in the show, two people that you think, I really like these two sort of characters, and then they, for some reason, are against each other. It's an awful thing to watch, because you're like, no, I like you both. Work together, please. Work together. But they don't. And you're like, you idiots, what are you doing?
And then the game switches up all the time anyway. So
yeah.
It's like last week, everybody's, I'm good. And then they switch up the tribes, and all of a sudden, I'm on the bottom now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was an interesting episode. I think Ryan has screwed up. Any final thoughts on this one?
But Cole has screwed up. Chrissy has screwed up. So
Cole has screwed up, but he hasn't had a chance to go to tribal yet. Once he goes to tribal, I think he should be gone. As long as they remember all the scripts he did. It's getting time. Well, he's eating too much food. But, we'll see what happens. I'm up in the air still on who's good. I like Allie. Allie's one of my favorites. Desi's good. We'll see. I don't know.